Greetings, Commanders. Jurassic here. Today we're back with another Deliver Us the Moon episode. So last time, if you guys missed it, basically we took a monorail over to the Thaumberg facility and it had some terrible issues. It crashed. We almost died. Now we're here, stuck, relying on our oxygen supply, parkour challenges, and attempting to get inside this facility to theoretically power it up online. So I think our goal is now to find Sarah, and we don't really care too much about saving humanity, if I'm following the story correctly. Player keeps talking to us, but we never actually seem to respond to her. I think this is where we messed up last time. There was like this little crevice over here that we were supposed to jump up to, and I didn't even notice it. No. We got to this point, and then we tried to jump in on that. That was wrong, so it looks like we're supposed to be jumping to this railing in front of us. So let's get our maximum speed potential. One leap! Makes it to a success. That's right, juice her up. Get us all the oxygen we can. Now, obviously, this facility seems to be a little bit more ran in the dumps compared to the last one. Are we supposed to be doing anything with this building before we go inside? Alright, so it looks like that's locked off. Just in case there was something to scan. We have a minute 40, so we don't really have too much time to really explore around too much. We have an airlock here, which is usually a sign of oxygen. We finally survived. We need all these places are still powered. Alright, so we have some sort of assembly line. Looks like that's where they were making. Come on. So we come inside of here. Haha! We'll just deactivate the power then. I was saying that we were going to have to like time it like perfect with the drone and like move through the hallway. Alright, so what do we have here? During tomorrow. Check missing operational helium-3 available. State of reactor MPG dish OK. Can Alex access the Thaumberg facility? HE3 to reactor to the MPG. Helium-3. Let's see here. Excavated from the moon rock, harvested in the quarry surrounding the Thaumberg, processed helium-3 is the fuel that powers our future. Constructed on one of the richest helium-3 deposits on the moon, Thaumberg is the proud and sole provider of helium-3. Reactor state-of-the-art Thaumberg's state-of-the-art reactor turns helium-3 into pure energy. Its revolutionary technology ensures that only little input is required to produce a generous output. The produced energy is transported to the MPT battery, which is stored until the transmission. The MPT system retrieves energy from the MPT battery and links it through the MPT alpha dish, finally positioning it on top of the Thaumberg facility. The MPT sends energy surging from the moons to Earth to provide humanity's energy needs. Alright, so that way is blocked off. "5 years after the blackout." Surprised this facility's still up and running. "7 days after the blackout."
Reactor capacity at 9%.
We're close now. Let's go, Alex.
Welcome to Thaumberg. Who are you?
Sarah. Sarah Baker. Used to be stationed at Pearson. You work here?
I used to. Name's Isaac.
Isaac. Mr. Johansson? Where's the rest? I thought everyone had...
There's no one else. Why are you here?
They're all gone? I'm here to fix the MPT.
No use. They locked the mainframe. The system's inaccessible.
I'm a software engineer. Show me. Maybe I can... What's going on?
The reactor is running out of fuel, but power's still building up inside. With the MPT offline, that power can't go anywhere. If it isn't stopped soon... Wait, you're a software engineer? Come with me.
Wait, hold up!
So... Isaac was the crazy dude from last time, right? Or was that a different guy? I thought he was the one that was like all like talking gibberish and laughing since he... Oh, cheer. The Moon Man, the movie. Star Maker. There we go, we're appearing in our own movie. Space Tech Magazine. Bottled lightning, constructing humanity's greater energy supplier. Energy storage, revolution, storing reserve energy in the MPT battery. Nobody said it was easy, but they did. In this edition, we sit down with Lunar Council members Arthur, Lavard, and Johnson to celebrate the MPT success and discuss the future potential. Parent security update install here. So I'm wondering if we're going to have to power that unit up to get our ASE up to like standard for whatever this area is in. All right, the rest of that is good. That's just going to replay the same thing we already watched. So, I mean, I feel like we're gotta be getting pretty close to powering up this full facility, right? I'm still not sure, like, how long ago it was that we're... That look good. Can I, like, scan you or anything? Like how far back we are compared to Sarah, because she seems to be trying to get everything powered on, but we're following the footsteps of Sarah, who also is trying to save humanity, it appears. But we seem to be caring more about trying to find her. Yet on top of that, movie Y. So we don't appear to be able to get like any roof tiles or anything unless we're missing something. So I'm wondering if the drone's supposed to be coming through like this little crack here. Is this just a room full of dead bodies? What on earth happened here? Oh! That was intentional.
Security breach detected. Lockdown in effect.
I assume the eventual goal is to get to the control center, but it looks like that's going to be powered off. Yeah, so when we pushed the cart over here, I was wondering why I couldn't actually move it. I didn't realize that we just had to interact with it and toss it down the hill. Everything's laid out in this game like it's intended, so if you're confused on why you're not able to progress, something you're doing is wrong in the area that you're in most of the time. Didn't know if there would be anything to scan. I can't believe there's so many dead people in here. It's like we knew that they got abandoned, but I didn't realize that they'd be like all dead. Unless the machines took over whenever they decided to like put down everything. Dumb robot, you can't catch me. Well, so after getting electrocuted a few times, I think we found the general path of this first beginning area. So once that drone's down that way, you're free to move here. Basically, you want to wait behind this pillar, and then we're going to follow him up. You don't want to accidentally like move too far forward. If they see you at all, they will be tracking you down. So then it'll take us up here, where now we'll actually be angled at the correct area. And before we do that, is there any like room or anything that we actually need to like power on over here? So I don't think that they're actually looking up currently. It's just some weird thing whenever you die that they'll start electrocuting up there. So I believe from this point, we should be safe. Alright, so we know for a fact that ASE is going to have to go inside of that room to power something eventually. Looks like a lot of this stuff we're going to double back around though. See how it's like all red except for the control center? Storage room it is. I'm going to go off the safe assumption that you're supposed to be powering that up. Alright, so we have an elevator power sequence, a sleeping quarter backup power.
Mr. Johansson, wait up!
The control room's closed.
Hey!
Once we cross the corridor,
Will you listen to me?
the tremors are getting worse. If we don't do something about
We just went past a bunch of destroyed ASEs and what looked an awful lot like body bags. What happened?
Now's not the time.
You knew these people.
Enough! You don't know what you're talking about.
No, that's right. I don't know why the MPT shut down, and I don't know why the colony vanished overnight.
Reactor capacity at 8%.
We have to focus on the reactor.
Our people were killed here, Isaac.
It wasn't supposed to go like this. Outwards would have saved everybody.
What, by just packing up and leaving Earth? That's a terrible plan, even by MacArthur standards.
Was he part of the group that killed everybody?
You don't even care?
Don't you dare. I've dedicated my life to sustaining Earth, even after it killed my wife. My daughter's still down on that godforsaken rock.
Then how could you leave her behind? Does she even know? Look, there's still time to fix this. We can fix the MPT. You could be a hero.
Look around, Ms. Baker. There are no heroes here. They're gone. Now get a move on.
He's got a pretty good villain vibe going on. Alright, so we have an ASE tunnel. I'm guessing this dude's gonna have to go through here. Nice! Alright, so we just moved down the corridor. This should allow us to go in the elevator if we want to, but let's explore some just to see like if anything's up here first. It seems like this game's actually full of a lot of lore too. So that might mean that we're supposed to be dragging something through the elevator and bringing it down to the bottom floor. Or something up to the floor. So that's all good. So let's take the elevator back down. So that other room that we just powered in, that must have like a card or something that we're able to push inside of here that will smash open the door and theoretically not attract all the drones to kill us. this takes us back over to this room. But I don't think that we're going to be able to get like a cart up this way, will we? We're going to open up all pathways just in case there's one thing that's like way more obvious and we're just like missing it since we didn't look. So I mean, technically we could power up the sleeping quarters and see if anything's over there. I think it makes the most sense currently. We know for a fact we're eventually going to have to move over to the right side. But since we have this maintenance area that we're able to like brute force open, theoretically we should be able to... That's what this is for. That thing not even move, it just sits in one spot the whole time? Open muscle. Alright, so now we jump back down. We're in the safe area. We don't have to worry about any drones killing us. We have another audio cue.
I didn't take you for someone who's into comics.
They remind me of home, of what we're doing this for.
Reactor capacity at 4%.
You know, my brother used to love Moon Man. He was really into these stories. He was born ill, chronically. When I joined the WSA, he thought I was giving up on him. But without the amputee's energy, there's no way the clinic could keep his treatment going. It's the only way I could help him, even if he'd hate me for it.
We try to help them. The people we love. We do what we must to keep them safe, even if they don't understand. And sometimes we're wrong. I brought.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
Here. She's in cryo now.
Isaac? You said your daughter lives on Earth.
That's Claire. My other daughter. We don't talk anymore. Get some sleep. We try again tomorrow.
Sorry, I didn't realize that accidentally clicking that thing would take us out of there. I thought we were able to like move around in the picture or something. So that's nothing up there. We have 2 rooms powered. We're gonna actually interact with any of this one. Oh, wait. From Moondust to MPG, guidelines for the Thaumberg operations. Here specifically for the fresh minds joining the lunar colony, the comprehensive guide provides step-by-step insight into the answers to the great energy crisis. As the only official guidebook to the MPG, from the Moondust to the MPG contains everything you need to know about the mining and production of the helium-3, how the reactor processes it into energy, and how the MPG transmits that energy to Earth. Crazy thing is, someday we would probably end up eventually having a system sort of like this. So for any day-to-day things, we use 8662 to get into the storage room. The Moon Man New Flame. Here to fulfill his mission, the astronaut sits at the astronaut stirs a sleeping giant. At his perilous voyage comes to a slumbering climax. He finds that where the journey ends, others begin. Okay, so it looks appear to be like a restroom of some sorts. Unsustainable. So I guess that he figured out the math for this, showing that it would never actually work out, even though we're all here. So with that information, we should be able to get inside of the storage room. Now, I don't think that we can actually... Hold on. Oh, that's just a vent shaft. I thought you'd be able to fit inside. Oh, is that an actual tunnel we can, like, go through? Alright, so that's a dead end. Then we come down here. Aha! Then we should be able to power up the door. A little drone is so handy. So we need 8662. And before we do that, is there anything that we can scan over here? Because I see... Ooh. That's kind of cool that they actually have like a proper treadmill that you can work out in. Would be really interesting if your character actually has like a stamina stat, so that like helped restore it some. Sarah Baker.
Reactor capacity at 3%.
We're running out of time.
There has to be something we've overlooked.
We've checked the entire system. If we don't find a way in soon, Earth's lost.
Sarah, it's a wasteland already.
Look, I know. We messed up. For centuries. But the MPT can buy us the time we need to make it right again.
I'd like to believe that.
We all believe it, Isaac. That's why the WSA exists. Or whatever's left of it now. What do we tell the people back on Earth?
It wasn't supposed to be like this. MacArthur ordered everybody to load the helium in monorails and evacuate. Said the reactor was dangerous.
And people followed him?
They followed orders, but some didn't trust him. They resisted. It escalated. There was fighting. He even crashed a monorail.
What about the ASEs?
MacArthur weaponized them. He could overload their safety limiters.
But why? Why would he turn them on our own?
He's a practical man. Never forget this about William MacArthur. He won't bat an eye so long as he thinks he acts for the greater good. So that's what we'll tell them back on Earth. Our colleagues gave their lives for the greater good. Whatever that is.
I can't tell if he's on our side or if he's working with everyone else. It seems like he like tried to like blame everybody else and then also like give hints like, oh, well, this is his mentality. He's clearly the evil guy in this situation. I don't know, it just seemed odd the way he framed it. Could be misreading the situation, but he just seems a little off. Let's see, hold on. So let's do turn. Nice and easy-ish. There we go. These little broken panels, you gotta avoid them, and then you're able to go forward. Alright, so that takes us to here. ASE should be able to take a shortcut over to this room, power that on. Then we're going to swap the power cycle around, that way the elevator is up and operational again. So since we routed the power the way we did, we're going to have to take things a little bit further, and we're going to run over the top way here. Now, technically, I believe that we could just power through it and jump, so there's only going to be one robot that gets between us and that door over there. If we drop down to the right, there's no way of actually going back. So now's the time. We sprint. We come through the hallway here, and this is going to take us through the emergency maintenance area, which means that we can actually swap the power cells back from the backup power in the sleeping quarters over to the elevator. Now that's powered on. We actually have full access to opening the door. And then we just have to take this guy through here into the elevator shaft. Then we get to destroy some more stuff. Assuming it'll be easier to push forward, so we'll just turn this around. I believe it like that. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for sticking around, and I appreciate all the support that you guys showed on this series. We'll definitely be checking out Deliver Us Mars after this one.